Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another Wednesday Westside Wellbeing with myself, Jamie from Coaches for Change. Today, we are going to put more emphasis into our core, upper body, with a sprinkling of legs as well. So before we get started, we're just going to start to do a little bit of a warm-up. We've got a 20-minute workout here today. So we're just going to open up that stance just outside shoulder width apart, and we're just going to lean into one knee and then just slide it over to the other side. This is just going to allow us to mobilize the hips in that lateral movement. Give us a little bit of a stretch into the adductors, the calves, also mobilizing that quad into that leg that we're leaning into. Put a little bit of movement into the glute med and glute minimus, those smaller glute muscles that live at the rear of the hips and the pelvis that support that gluteus maximus, the most famous one of all. Obviously, we're just going to go 4-4, 4-3, 4-2, and 4-1. Lovely stuff, very nice. We're going to bring the feet back in. We're going to just stretch into those quads. So take the arm out nice and wide, or grab a chair or a wall, or if you're doing this workout with someone else, take hold of their shoulder. Bring one leg back behind you, take hold of that foot, and just gently start to squeeze that heel into that glute. So you can stretch that quad and into that hip flexor muscle. If you want to take hold of both hands, if you trust that balance, that's going to really allow you to squeeze deeper back into that stretch. We'll just hold for 3, 2, and 1. Carefully release that leg, give it a little bit of a shake. We're going to transition into that other side. So arms going to come out nice and wide for myself anyway, just to find that balance. Take hold of that foot and start to squeeze it back into that glute. And again, if you feel comfortable to, take both hands onto that foot. That's going to allow you to really pull and squeeze through both hands and arms. Really lift the chest, open the shoulders, and squeeze that heel into that glute for 3, 2, and 1. Lovely stuff. Give that leg a little bit of a shake. So from here, we are going to open up the chest. So arms are going to come out in front of us. Take the arms out nice and laterally to the side. Squeeze the hands back behind the shoulder blades. Really open up that chest. Allow the head to lift, but try not to overextend through the neck. Close it in. Give yourself a bit of a squeeze with both arms. And then we're going to open it back out again. Bring it back in for another squeeze. Lovely stuff. Drop the arms down, give them a little shake, and we're just going to mobilize that neck as well. So we're going to take both arms out laterally to the side. You're going to turn your right palm up, and you're going to turn your head towards the left-hand side. From here, as you rotate your neck and head to the right-hand side, rotate the palm. So that left palm comes up and right palm comes down. And all you need to do is just make sure that your head is pointing in the direction of the palm that is facing down. And that just really allows us to naturally rotate through the shoulders and the rotator cuffs. And again, working into that base of the neck and the top of the spine. We're just going to go one more on each side. 4-1 and 4-1. Lovely stuff. Give the arms a little shake. We're going to roll the shoulders backwards. And again, it doesn't have to be large movements. Probably a little bit smaller is actually more ideal, so you're not putting too much tension into those trap muscles, the trapezius muscles that support the base of the neck and run down into that central spinal area. We're going to roll them back the other way. That's lovely stuff. So from here, we're going to get started. We're going to go into some shoulder work. So hands, and we're going to spread the fingers because we're not using any weights today, so we can really open up those ligaments and tendons through the wrist and the hands. So we're going to lift the arms straight up through 90. And we're going to open them out laterally to the sides, close it back in, and then lower it back down. Arms come up, out, in, and back down. Nice. So this is a good mobilization movement again for the shoulders, but as we keep going through the repetitions here, this is really going to start to activate those front doubts, side doubts, rear doubts, a little bit of the traps as well in the shoulders. So we're going to start to really get that workload into the shoulders while mobilizing at the same time. Lovely stuff. Oh, nice. We're going to keep that there. We're going to go 5 more. We go for 5, up, out, in, and down. For 4, up, out, in, and down. Nice. 3 more. And again, just find that rhythm, find that tempo that works for you. Those shoulders should be burning a little bit by now. 2 more repetitions. 4, 2, last repetition, and 4, 1. Lovely stuff, everyone. Nice. So from here, we're going to go into some bicep curls. So if you've got some weights, feel free to add some weights into it. If not, clench those fists as hard as you can. And we're just going to start to curl the palms up to the shoulders and then take it back down. Getting that nice rotation or half rotation through the wrist as you curl up into those biceps. And really extend the arms back behind you so you can really put the triceps into that isometric contraction as well at the base, and then curl up through the biceps. Oh, so very nice. Keeping the elbows nice and tucked into the side of the torso so we can keep all the emphasis into the biceps, a little bit of the triceps. We're going to go 5 more from here. We'll go for 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, 4, 2, and 4, 1. Lovely stuff. Give the arms a little bit of a shake. Take a bit of water on board as well if you wish to. So from here, we're going to go into some bent over rows. So I'm going to turn myself to the side and we're going to bring it down into kind of a deadlift position. So what I want you to do is think about pushing your hips and your glutes straight back behind you, then start to naturally bend into the knees, keeping that torso and spine nice and long. Arms are going to come straight out in front of you, just in front of the knees. Clench those fists again, and you're going to row and pull the elbows back either side of the torso. And again, just getting that half rotation through the wrists so we can really squeeze the elbows back either side of that torso. So we can really start to activate into the lat muscles. And again, utilizing that thorax part of the spine, so that mid to upper spine. Squeezing the shoulder blades together so we can get some activation into the rhomboids and the scapula as well. Lovely stuff. And again, staying in this position through the legs is going to bring the glutes and the hamstrings into play in that static activation position. What I want you to start thinking about now is, because their lower back might start hurting them a little bit, pull the belly button in, back towards the spine. Think about zipping it up towards your diaphragm. That way that is going to engage your transverse abdominals at the base of the core. And that's going to open up the lower back muscles instead of putting the contraction through them. Lovely stuff, everyone. Nice. Let's keep that there. We're going to go 5 more. For 5, 4, 4. Keep that belly button pulled back in towards that spine. For 3, 4, 2, and 4, 1. Lovely stuff, everyone. Nice. Stand up nice and tall. Give the glutes a little bit of a squeeze. Pull that tension from the lower back down into those glutes. So I said we're going to do a little sprinkling of the legs. We're going to bring the legs in here now. So we're just going to go into some clean and presses, or some shoulder presses, and utilising that squat movement. So we're going to open with a stance. Shoulder width, so just outside shoulder width apart. Curl the arms up so the palms are facing in. Again, you can keep the hands nice and open if you wish to here. You're going to squat down. See if you can bring the elbows down towards the knees. You're going to drive up, squeeze the glutes, and rotate through the wrists as my hands shoot up out and over the screen. Yeah, nice. Getting that nice rotation through the shoulders, the elbow and the wrist. So in the base, palms in, drive up, rotate, palms out. Nice work in the quads and the glutes in that squat phase. So making sure we're squeezing into the glutes as we elevate out the base of that squat. Nice, and just working that rotation through the shoulders. So we're working front, side, rear delts, a little bit of the trapezius again, a little bit of the triceps as we really drive the arms up and overhead. We're going to go 5 more after this one. Here we go. 4, 5, 4, 4. Nice. 4, 3. Stick with me, everyone. 4, 2. And 4, 1. Lovely stuff. Give the arms a little bit of a swing, because we've been utilising those shoulders quite a bit here. I'm going to take a little bit of water on board. Feel free to do so. Wow, 10 minutes in. We're flying through it. So the next one we're going to go into, we're going to do a little bit of standing core work. So we're going to go into a standing cycle crunch. So fingertips are going to come either side of the temple. This is going to activate those shoulders again. And you're going to lift the right knee up and over across the body and take that left elbow in towards that left knee. Ooh, a little bit of a wobble from there. Nice and steady, nice and controlled. Really getting that contraction across the abdominal muscles, across the stomach wall, into those obliques that run down the side of the torso and the rib cage. This is going to keep the legs activated as well after those squats. So really stretching those glutes out into that activation point as you drive the knee up, working the hip flexor, bit of the quad, bit of the hamstring as well. Shoulders might be burning a little bit here as well. I know mine are. Good work, everyone. Let's keep that there. We're going to go 6 more. For 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Lovely stuff. Let the arms swing loose. So we're going to keep the arms down by the side here just to get that shoulder muscular joint, a little bit of relaxation in there. So feet are going to come hip width apart. Hands are going to come down by the side of the hips, and we're going to go into some oblique leans or oblique slides. So you're going to slide one hand down the outside of the thigh, back into the center, lean and slide down that other side. Nice. Really allow yourself to recenter with intention for every single repetition, because that just helps those oblique muscles reset, recalibrate before then sliding down and activating them again. Lengthening through the other side as we do so. And again, giving the shoulders a little bit of a rest here, keeping the emphasis into those oblique muscles, can sit quite dormant in quite a lot of people. Well, and after this next one, we're going to go 6 more. So we go for 6. If you can, really squeeze and engage those glutes as well. That's going to help take that pressure off the lower back. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Lovely stuff, everyone. Nice. Give it a little bit of a shake out again. From here, I just want to activate the legs a little bit more. Then we're going to focus fully on the upper body and the core to finish off with. So what I'd like you to do, feet hip width apart, maybe just outside. You're going to come up onto your tiptoes. Bring the arms out in front of you. And all I want you to do is we're going to lower it into a squat position. So I'm going to rotate myself. So I'm nice and elevated on the tiptoes. Carefully start to lower yourself down. Find that range. Find that balance. Pull the belly button back in towards that spine. Drive up. Squeeze the glutes and see if you can stay on the tiptoes. We're going to lower it down. Find that range. Pull the belly button back in towards that spine to engage those transverse abdominals, and then drive up through the quads and the calves. Squeeze those glutes to the top end. Nice and steady, nice and controlled. And again, if you feel like you could bring your hands onto your hips here, hands can go out nice and wide wherever they need to be at this point to find that balance for yourself. And again, it's always good to start with the arms out in front of you just because it keeps that balance and allows you to work that counterbalance. We're going to go 5 more from here. Lovely stuff. Again, if you need to rest the heels down at any point, no problem at all. This is not a military boot camp. Find what works for you, reset, and then bring it back in. We've got 3 more from here. For 3. Oh, we're so nice. 4, 2. Yeah, quads are burning now. Calves are nice and engaged. Last one, pull the belly button in, drive it up, squeeze the glutes, rest the heels down. Whew. Nice, good work, everyone. Take a little bit of water on board as well if you wish to. Because from here, we're going to take it down onto the mat. So, we're going to go into some good old-fashioned push-ups here. We're going to do 2 variations. We're going to do narrow grip and wide grip. So to start with, we're going to go wide grip. So take the hands either side of the mat. Bring the shoulders over the wrists. Few options here. You can tuck the toes and bring it into that plank position. So we're going to start from here if we can. And we're going to start working the push-up. If that feels a little bit too much or it's restricting your range of movement, bring the knees down onto the floor, lift the toes, and then start working that push-up position from there. So we can still really work across the center and a little bit of the lower part and the upper part of the chest. Secondarily working into those triceps. Again, from here, squeeze those glutes if you can. Pull the belly button back towards the spine. So working from that plank position, whether you're on the knees or elevated onto the toes. We're going to go 5 more. We go for 5, 4, 4. Nice, strong work, everyone. 4, 3, 4, 2, and 4. Oh, lovely, so everyone. Nice. Take a little pause. Bring yourself onto your knees if you wish to. Give the arms a little swing across the chest just to open up that chest and get the blood flowing through them. So from here, we're going to go into our narrow grip push-ups. So you're going to set the hands and they're going to stay shoulder width apart this time. You're going to bring yourself forward so your chin feels like it's kind of in line with the front of your fingertips this time. You're going to tuck the toes under if you want to work that plank position. And you're going to sink the elbows and tuck the elbows right into the side of the torso and then drive it back up again. This is really going to put the emphasis into those triceps in the back of the arm. But again, if that feels too much, bring it to the knees. Push the hips forward so you're nice and long so you can still get that full range of movement. This one's going to burn a bit quicker because we put all the isolation into those triceps and they've already been working during the wide grip push-ups. The chest is going to start to burn. We're going to go for 5 more. For 5, 4, 4. Strong work, everyone. Stick with me. 4, 3, 4, 2. And 4. Oh, lovely. So nice. Take a little pause. Oh, I felt those ones. Whew, maybe shouldn't have trained the chest in the gym this morning. You can feel that. So we're going to go into our core a little bit here. So what I want you to do is we're going to lie ourselves down onto the mat. We're going to bring the feet onto the floor just for a moment. Take a little 10-second moment just to catch your breath because we've been moving at quite a swift pace. And from here, we're going to go into some knee pull-ins. We're going to work with singles to start with. So we're going to extend the legs straight out in front of you. You can rest your heels onto the ground if you wish or keep them elevated for that little bit more intensity. You're going to pull one knee in, extend it back out, and then pull the other knee in, and then extend it back out. Your arms you can take straight back behind you if you wish to. That's really going to lengthen that spine and that stomach wall. And again, it's going to open up that chest a little bit, so wherever the arms need to be. We're going to go for 6, 4, 5, 4, 4. Yeah, we're going to go 3 more, and then we're going to transition into our double knee drive, so working both legs at the same time. So after this next single leg repetition, from here we pull both knees in, extend both knees out, extend both knees in, extend both knees out. And again, I've got my heels elevated here, but by all means, if you wish to, rest the heels on the ground in between every repetition. That's still going to work that core, especially those transverse abdominals in the base of the core, center abdominal muscles. And this one's going to kick in quite quick after those single legs. So we go for 5. Strong work, everyone. Stick with me. We get in there. 4, 4, 4, 3. Oh, this stuff nice. I can feel that right into that core. 4, 2, and 4, 1. Nice. And that final repetition, grab the knees, squeeze in that final contraction, but really open up that lower back. Extend the legs out in front of you. Feel free to sit up just for a little moment. Lovely stuff, everyone. Nice. We're getting there. We're going to go one more exercise on that core. So we're going to do a little bit of a leg sequence here. So we're going to use the knee pull-ins as part of it, but we're going to add in some straight leg movements as well. So what we're going to do is extend the legs straight out in front of you again. Keeping the legs nice and straight this time, so no bend in the knee. Lift the legs straight up to 90. This is our start position. From here, you're going to lower the legs down through 90. Bend the knees in. Drive the knees out. lift the legs straight up, lower the legs down, bend the knees in, drive the knees out, lift the legs up, lower the legs down. And again, if you want to rest the heels on the ground in between every part of this movement, no problem at all, because this is really going to work your transverse abdominals in the base of your core, your center, upper abdominal muscles, the stomach wall, a little bit of the obliques as well. Your hip flexors and quads are going to be working in that straight leg lift. So by now, if you're like me, whoo, this is going to burn. We're going to go 5 more. So we come up, we lower down, bend the knees in, drive the knees out. There's 5. Lift the legs up, lower the legs down, bend the knees in, drive the knees out for 4. 3 more. Lift the legs up, lower the legs down, bend the knees in, drive the knees out. Nice. 2 more. Everyone stick with me. This is really going to kick in. Last 2 repetitions. Bend the knees in, drive the knees out, lift the legs up. We got 1 more. We lower the legs down, bend the knees in, drive the knees out, lift the legs up, bend the knees in, grab those knees, squeeze those knees into that torso, and relax. Whew. Good work, everyone. Smashed it. Lovely stuff. That absolutely flew by. Hopefully it did for yourselves as well. So bring yourselves up off the mat, or feel free to stay down there. Take a little moment, no rush. Take a bit of water on board. Give the legs a little, arms and legs a little bit of a shake out. And there you have it. Your 20-minute upper body core with a sprinkling of legs. Strong work, everyone. Really good work today. I'm Jamie from Coaches for Change, here for Westside Wellbeing. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next week. Have a good day, everyone. Goodbye.